Wagwan people, today may I talk about the rough prices you should be spending on a beginner set in the winter season. I'll talk about the original price for the items and what I bought as a beginner snowboarder. Let's start from the helmet and goggles. Usually an helmet costs around $70 and the goggles around $100 and up for a decent pair. The helmet usually ranges from a size as small to large, and an extra large is usually hard to find, so you have to chase them down. The goggles comes in different shapes, and the best deals out there have two lenses with them, one for sunny and one for cloudy. When you buy a helmet, make sure it comfortably fits on your head. Grab a pair of goggles and try them both on. Make sure there's no space in between the goggles and the helmet. Otherwise, when you fall, and you probably will fall, you get snow in between the goggles and the helmet, and the snow will block the ventilation in the goggles, causing your goggles to fog up, and you don't want that. Next on the list is a face mask. Usually this is inexpensive and you could use a bandana, scarf, or maybe if you're a guy, you could possibly grow a beard. So let's call this $0. Let's move on to the jacket and pants. A new jacket costs around $150 and up for a decent pair, and the pants around $100 and up. What you're looking for is something that keeps you warm and dry, and my recommendation for the waterproof should be 10,000 millimeters and anything Gore-Tex. You should be looking for something a little bit bigger because you'll be wearing thermals underneath, and let's say the thermals are around $35 for a pair. In addition, having a little bit bigger size allows you to move comfortably on the mountain without restricting your movements. Other than that, it's just a fashion choice, and I recommend that you wear something bright so that your friends can see you on the mountain and not white like the snow in case you get lost. Moving on to the gloves and socks. Gloves is around $50 for a pair, and socks is around $20. However, for the socks, if you have something that keeps you warm and around your calf length, then let's call this inexpensive $0. For the gloves though, I recommend that you should have some Gore-Tex or some waterproof one, because you'll be using your hands a lot and you'll be pushing yourself off of the snow all the time. So anything with Gore-Tex and waterproof. There are two different types of gloves, one with the fingerless, which is the mitts, and the other one with the fingers. So I recommend to have the mitts when you go on the mountain because it's warmer. However, the fingers is all a preference. Next item on the list is boots. The boots cost around $150 and up for a decent pair. My recommendation is you actually go to a store and try out the boots. The reason for this is because there won't be too much drag between your toe or your heel inside of the boot. There are three different lacing systems in the boot. One is a traditional lacing system or standard lacing, which is a shoe tie boot. The other one is speed lacing, which is a quick pull, and the third one is a blowout system. Each has its own advantages and disadvantages, so it's up to preference on what you want. The last items on the list are bindings and snowboard. Bindings cost around $150 and up for a decent pair, and the snowboard usually costs around maybe $200 and up for a new one. Bindings have different systems to them. The most common one is a 2x4 or 4x4, which are the holes on the snowboard that you can mount with 4 screws. And the other one is a channel system that Burton and Endeavor boards use. The next we have snowboard. The snowboard now, usually when you're a beginner, it don't really matter what you buy as long as it's around this length. And remember, the shorter the board is easier for you to control. So for beginners, around this height, I think is proper for you, because then you can learn how to control your board when you go down the mountain. The shape of the snowboard I recommend for a beginner is usually a twin tip or something similar, because you never know if you're right foot or left foot going down the mountain. So when you figure that out, when you're learning how to snowboard, then your preference can change as you go along. Now for the day tickets. Usually a day ticket costs around $60 to $70, but that really depends on how popular the resort is. If the more popular, obviously the more expensive it is. Season pass really just depends on the resort. For smaller ones, it may only be $300 on early bird sale or something, if you know you're gonna ride for the next season. However, it can cost up to $1,200 like Whistler. My recommendation is if you go out for more than 8 days, then you will basically pay off a season pass yourself. You should probably get a season pass. And the thing everybody wants to know is what I spent as a beginner. I spent my money on helmet, goggles, gloves, boots, bindings, and snowboard. It cost me around $350 for things on items on sale and borrowing people. However, I also rented some stuff my first time just to make sure that I actually liked it. And because I enjoyed it so much, I went out to buy these things. if you do not know if you like snowboarding or not, I would recommend go renting the first time and trying it out. At certain mountains, it could cost around $90 for a whole package, from helmet all the way down to your snowboard. To conclude this video, you can either rent or buy all these items. This is entirely up to you. You can mix match a lot of stuff to make a snowboard beginner set. I would recommend renting everything and trying out snowboarding on your first day on a hill. And finally, here's the full list of rough prices if you plan to buy everything. You can find these items on sale or borrow them from friends to reduce the cost. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Look forward to my next videos, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your season. Peace!